And immediately we know what happens to Moses. Moses starts to backpedal. He starts to say, who am I? Who am I? And he starts to say things like, I am not ready. I am not this, God. I am not that. He starts to throw excuses that we've all thrown around in our lives. We throw them around daily. God, I am not ready. God, I am not this. I am not trained. I do not want to face those people. I do not want to face a prayer. What if this happens? What if that happens? I am not your man. And God, being the wonderful God, patient God that He is, continues to talk to Moses. And Moses at one point, it's wonderful. At one point, Moses stops. He sees, here's what God is telling him. And he says, God, what if I go to Israel and they do not believe me? Who do I tell them has sent me? Now this seems to be a very interesting question. Because there's a bush that's burning, that's not burning. There's a voice that says, I am the Lord. He's already told him who He is. He's already given him something to do. But here Moses is doing something very important in that culture. Very important during that time. His name had a very specific meaning. You were given a name. We know that Jacob was given a name when he came out and was holding on to the heel. That's another day. But we'll talk about that too. But names were given for a purpose. Not only was it to tell you where they were from, who was their father, but it oftentimes gave you a glimpse into their personality or to something that happened earlier in their life, and they would start to pigeonhole people based upon their names that they were given as a young child, which was sometimes wrong, but they did. And so he was asking more than just God's name He sent him. In asking God what His name was, Moses was doing something very important for him and for Israel. He was asking God, God, who are you? What is your nature? What are you going to do? God, who are you? What is your nature? And then, as many times I have read the story through my life, and the first 10,000 times reading the story, how confused I am when God gives His name, because this is not a name. It is kind of a statement. It's not, well, my name is the Lord your God. And then you'd be like, okay, He didn't come out and say, my name is Yahweh. He didn't give them this big thunderous name. He says to Moses, in verse 14, and we'll read 13 too. Moses said to God, suppose I go to your Israelites and say to them, the God of the fathers has sent me to you. They ask me, what is His name? Then what shall I tell them? Then God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you will say to the Israelites. I am has sent me. Now at this point in time, obviously I'm not Moses, and that's probably a good thing. Because already I would think I was hallucinating. And when He would tell me the name, I would probably be looking at Him going, huh? What? I am who I am? God, what are you telling me? That's not a name, you're just telling me you're it. And the other, there's the verb tense of it is, I will be who I will be. Okay, I'm a little confused here. I asked you your name, I asked for your character, and you tell me you are who you are. What? As we start to look at it, as I started to look at this over the years, and as I started, I remember when I was coming up with this sermon of I am who I am, as I started to go a little deeper into this amazing, just little phrase that God said of, I am, has sent me. And as I started to delve into it, I started to realize that the name I am that I am holds so much power that we can't even comprehend all of it. And I'm just going to give you a few things that the Spirit has impressed upon me about His name. I believe, and I'm just going to give you 4 little things, and one is basically kind of a new one. But the first thing that I feel like God is telling us through His name is that I am who I am implies authority. Now, growing up, I don't know if you've heard this. I don't know if this is a term just my mom used or a lot of, I I'm sure there's other people, mother's moms who use it. But when I would do something, and my mom would tell me to stop, I would say, Mom, why? And one of my mom's favorite things to say was, because I said so. Have any of us heard that? All right. Or another thing she would say is because, she would say this every once in a while, I'm your mother. And at that point in time, you really can't say, oh yeah? Because then your cheek might feel a little sting. Or another cheek. Whatever. You know that when your mom says, because I said so, and she gives you those eyes, or she says, because I am your mother, you know at that point in time, you are going to lose the battle if you continue, so you stop. And you say to yourself, my mom has authority over me right now, and I have none. I didn't like it. As a matter of fact, I hated it. Oh yeah, that's not good enough for a reason. That doesn't make sense. Of course, after that, I always wanted to use it. To be honest with you, I have used it once or twice. It's kind of exciting. And it's wrong. I know I need to be more, I need to explain what I'm trying. But every once in a while, it's okay to say, because I'm your dad. Because I said so. There is authority. When he says, I am who I am, he was basically saying, I am God. What does it matter what my name is? I sent you. I am sent you. I am who I am. And that's all you need to know. Basically, God was saying to Moses, tell them, your God has sent you. Tell them, you're going to get out of there because I said so. You're going to follow this man because I said so. Because I am who I am. God's authority. We find in that name. I am who I am. And we'll just take a little verse here. Look at Romans 1:20. Romans 1, verse 20. For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, His eternal power, His invisible qualities, His eternal power, and His divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that men are without excuse. We see God's eternal power in this name, I am who I am. We see God's authority in this name, I am who I am. The second one is God's unchanging nature. We take a look at the two names. I am who I am, and I will be who I will be. And later on he tells Moses, I am the God of your fathers. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He is telling them that he, through his name, I am eternal, I am unchanging, I am the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I am who I am. I do not change. I don't have to tell you my name. My name doesn't change. I will be who I will be. I will always be who I will be. Because I always am who I am. Nothing changes. God's qualities are always the same. God says in Revelation, I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the beginning and the end. His power was the same yesterday, as it is today, as it is tomorrow. Now imagine that. Imagine that in today's world. How much changes in today's world? Everything. Everything changes. The way we communicate changes from day to day. I'm still on email and there's people on text messages. Now I don't get it. I'm still on email and there's Facebook. And I'm light years away. People are talking in different ways. They interact in different ways. Think about the nucleus of a family and how the devil has attacked the family and how the family has changed. Think about just the small things. Everything, style changes. I mean, from day to day, I don't know if I'm looking a little ratty or if I'm looking good. Because it changes. Some days, ratty is in. Some days, it's horrible. You never know from day to day where you stand with certain people. We change. Our lives change. The concept of love has changed so much over the years. The concept family's changed so much over the years.